everyone, welcome once again to our kitchen. Today we are going to show you how we harvest our fresh tomatoes from our garden. They are all full ripe from the sun. You can see it. Look at this very beautiful, very gorgeous tomatoes, sun ripe. Yeah, nothing so delicious as this that you can find in the shop. So we are so excited and exciting to show you how it really look like, and let's just get started harvesting it immediately. So here I have here the wine tomatoes. Look how gorgeous this look is. So delicious. Look at that. So we make a lot of delicious meals here this summer using these delicious tomatoes. So if you love tomatoes, stay tuned to see all the delicious things we have created using this. These are so gorgeous and so delicious. So welcome once again to Klavertje Kitchen. Thank you for joining us here with Chef Viviane. I want to show you how I pluck the tomatoes from our garden, and then I'm going to go to the space there where I'm going to demonstrate what I'm going to create today using these tomatoes as an inspiration. So yeah, I'm plucking it. You can see how beautiful. I always come here to this tomato plant here because I find it so delicious and so gorgeous. So I'm just going to pick all that I can pick at the moment, and I just keep picking them. So it's just the tomato season now, so we can make so much using this. So I'm just going to go downward so that I can keep picking them. There's so much on the tree. Yeah. So I have here the big ones, the big Roma tomatoes. They are so also good and also ripe. See how gorgeous they are. Very strong, very crispy for salad. So I'm just plucking them. So like this, these are my favorite. The pear, these are my favorite. So like this, I can just cut it off from the. You see, it's almost all ripe. I have just one green here, but I can still miss this, so I throw it there away for the compost. So maybe decompose and give more food to the soil for the next season. So I also just pick a whole bunch of these groups together because they are all ripe. So it's interesting picking them this way. It goes also very fast to do it. So I just pick it using also these sharp small scissors to cut them off. So you can just slice in and snap them off using the scissors. And you can also pluck it with your hands if you want, but it's easier using like these scissors. And while you're keeping the green and top of the tomatoes on top of it, which keeps it fresh, you keep it very fresh for a longer time. So that is the main reason why we do it that way. So you keep plucking it, you add it to your plate. You see we have plucked so much. A little basket is almost filled up with this little space. So I have here also the big ones. I always use my scissors also to snip them off because I find it also easier to do that using the scissors. And Of course, leaving the green top to also look beautiful for the decoration of your tomato salad. If you want, I'll go deep inside to cut off the whole bunch here if I can. I don't know. Okay, yes, I have it. I have the whole bunch here. So I'm just going to snip all this here. You can see they're like falling off themselves because it's already ripe. Like this, I will allow it for about 3 more days or a week. So I'm just snipping all the ripe ones and leaving all the unripe behind so they can ripe again, because you know they are tastier. Wait, let me go to this side and you can stand that way. So I have here this gorgeous, look at that. I can't snip it. I will try to snip it if I can to show you guys. Man, look at how beautiful this is. And this is the ananas, red ananas species. So they are so gorgeous and so delicious. So meanwhile, I'll try to pick. Yeah, this is, it has like too much burden here. I think I will snip this also away here. So, and yes, I will also pick a little bit on the zebra, from the green zebra. I have here the green zebra. So we have here several ripe that are ripe to be picked. Here I have 2. So I'm going to pick this one here also. It's also beautiful green zebra. You see that? So what else can we pick? I'm going to that side to pick some of the here also. I'll add it here. Okay, I can just snip this a whole because they are ripe all together in a bunch. So I'm going to snip this also. I think there's still one that is not so ripe. So I'll allow that one to ripe a bit. So they are just the perfect time now to harvest them, because when the weather gets colder and there's too much rain, the tomatoes, especially the pear tomatoes, will be the first to die off at the end of the season, which is towards the end of September. So I think it's the perfect time now to pick them up and do whatever you want to do with them, with salad, even conserving them if you like for the winter season. So you can see it's so beautiful and so crispy, so delicious, and this will be perfect for any salad this season. So you can eat it warm or cold, so the choices are yours. If you prefer them warm, you can eat them warm, and if you prefer them cold, you can eat them cold. So depend on what your choices are. So I can mix 1 or 2 snip of tomatoes if I pluck the green ones together with the yellow ones or the ripe ones. I can also throw them away and they serve as manure for the soil for the next season. So I have here also this gorgeous, also the wine, sherry wine, also, which is also really gorgeous and delicious. So you can see they are already so much to pick here, only in this corner of the Look at what we have picked. So much in a few minutes. We've picked a basket full of tomatoes. How gorgeous is this? In your backyard, in a little space, you can farm something like this. So you don't need a big space to have a big garden. So you just need to start. If you have the opportunity, of if you love gardening, it is just any space can create anything that you want. It just depends on you. So I'm here to inspire you that you don't need a big land to farm. You just need a little space and the motivation and the courage to do that. So let me take you into my greenhouse where I'm going to pick up the rest of the tomatoes. So here I have here the red pear tomatoes, which I'm also going to pick. So I'm picking them up because why? When you pick them up, you give them the space to ripe faster and also to pick them faster up before the end of the season. So you're not going to wait until the end of the season because sometimes they can start splitting when it gets colder, and when they receive too much water, they can get splitting, and then you will not achieve that beauty from salad. For instance, you can use it, you can store it in the conserve. You can make conserve from it. Then it's not the same feeling as eating a salad or a tomato salad. I mean by that. So the choices are yours, of course, but I think it's better that you always pick the ripe ones, and at the end of the season that you have eaten so much tomatoes that you don't even have a hunger for tomatoes until the next season. So I'm just picking them here up, and look at what we have picked in a very few minutes, not even close to 15 minutes. You can see it. Thank you everyone for joining here with Chef Viviane. Thank you, and happy Wednesday to all of you. Thank you. And I'm going to put my hands a bit deeper. So I have here. So I'm going to stop now and allow them to ripe a bit again before I plug them up. So yes, let's go out. So let me take you to my working table where I am going to demonstrate some few things. So yes, thank you for joining us, each and every one of you. You're welcome to this live edition. Look at what I've just plucked from the garden. We have enough to make anything or to create any dish that we want to create. So we use tomatoes as an inspiration to create most of the dishes we make here, especially in the summer. So these are various type of tomatoes, like the Caribbean, the Roma, the green zebra, the red pear, we have the yellow pear, and we have the wine cherry, and then the basic wine, and yes, and the ananas red. So that is all what we have for the plucking of the tomatoes, and I'm going to at the end make a beautiful dish, make a beautiful dish using these tomatoes. So let me put this aside and show you something special for today. So I'm going to start by peeling my pears because I want to make a sorbet made from this little pear. You see here, they are so beautiful but easy to make recipe. I'm going to clean my hands a bit. My hands to rinse my hands from the green tomatoes. So So I'm going to go in first. I'll be back. Go. So I'm going to start by peeling the pears. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining Klavertje kitchen. Today I will be demonstrating some simple recipes with simple things simple ingredients you can find around you, and you can use to create a very delicious meal in the comfort of your own home. So this is pears. These are little pears, but they are very delicious. You can make something really delicious from it, like what I want to make now. I want to make a sorbet from this pear. So we are going to steam it a bit to make it softer. But when you have a soft pear, you can also blend them and use them straight away if all the pears are soft. But these pears are not soft yet, so I'm going to steam them to make them softer so that I can blend them for this process. So thank you everyone. Thank you for joining here with Chef Viviane from Klavertje Kitchen. Welcome and happy Wednesday to you guys. You see, we are just going to peel the pears. I'm using this a peeler, which is very simple and easier to use. Wow, there's so much wind here today. It's colder, so the temperature is colder. Where are you watching us from? Let us know in the comments below. This one is soft. Only this is softer. We'll be peeling it using a knife. So the better using a knife, a small kitchen potato knife. So if you have pear in your home, you make sure to stay tuned so you can see what I'm going to create using this pear really delicious and silky sorbet that you cannot buy anywhere in the grocery shop. So let me inspire you so that you can see what you can create using this delicious pear. So make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell to see more videos of this type if you are interested in fine dining and modern cuisine. So I'm just going to slice them little because I want to make them softer. I'm going to remove the seeds. You can also trim them in four so it's easier to remove the seed. Slice them here in the middle. Then you remove the seed. So this is also okay. Just removing the top, removing the back, and then you slice them in four. So these are very tiny types of pear, so you don't find them always. So we received these from one of our family member who have a pear tree in her home. So these are like, they are not so big like the ones you find in the shop, but they are still really delicious. So they don't need to be very big to be delicious. So you can use them as much. You can use them to make sorbet. You can use them you can bake them in the oven. You can use them to make pies. So I'm still going to trim them up. It's just to remove the little seeds there in the middle. So from here there is no seed, but I'm still going to sieve it later. So even if there is a seed, you can always still remove the seed. So I'm just trimming it. It's just to remove the seed. Otherwise, I should just cook it without that. But I don't want the black seed to change the color of the sorbet. So that is why I'm removing it. You can see that the seeds are dark in color. So we are almost there. Welcome everyone. Leave your comments if you have any question. We are making here sorbet of pear, little pears that we received from one of our family member, and we want to transform this into a delicious silky sorbet. So if you love sorbet and you want to learn how to make this delicious fine dining type of sorbet, make sure to stay tuned so we can show you in details how it works. This is already very soft. I think
No.
No, it is not good. So I'm not going to add this to the sorbet. So I'm going to wash my hands first. So I'm going to add just a little bit of water to the pear to give it a kick and a start. So I'm going to steam it. So I'm going to steam it. So I allow it to cook, to steam, so that it will be softened. And then I'm going to blend it. And then I'm going to add some sugar to it and some sugar syrup to it. And then we are going to turn it here. We are going to tune it in the ice machine and create that silky delicious ice I am speaking about. So let me put the peel away, clean my workspace a bit. So I'm going to bring a bit to cover it a bit so that it will steam well. So let me go to the kitchen and I'll be right back. So it's steaming here. You see it's steaming, so I'm going to bring a cover for it so that it steams faster. So I have to run to my kitchen every second, so I'm going to cover it a bit so it steams faster. So to allow it to steam faster and soft. So I'm going to cover it so it will steam faster. So meanwhile, let me show you something else that we can do before so I have here a gel. It's a tomato gel. So I'm going to blend it. I have to keep an eye on it that it doesn't burn. I'm going to add a bit of water to it. So it's a disaster if it burns.
De commentaar alleen niet aan, denk ik. Kijk, ik zie daar niemand te komen. Is dat belangrijk? Wat zeggen, hè?
Ja.
Wat je juist gedaan hebt?
Ja, oké. So I'm going to blend. I'm blending the gel. It's a tomato gel. So I'm using this small blender, which is better because otherwise the bigger blender is too big, except if you are making a very big gel. And if you want it to be more soft and more silky, you can also pass it through a fine sieve. Okay, so I have here the sieve, which I'm going to pass it through. Then Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you here with Chef Viviane from Klavertje Kitchen. Thank you for joining this live episode. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Thank you all. So this is so easy to use when you are, when you are passing, when you are saving something. It's so easy. This very thin, very small sieve here. Very easy to use. And because your shoulder, it also helps your shoulder, because your shoulder is not going deep into like a pit, and that you have pain on your shoulder. Here you have this level within your hand and your shoulder, and the sieve. So I'm going to put it low a bit. Yes, so you just pass it through like this. Look at, so this is the end result. Is so silky. So I'm going to put this now in my piping bag. You can put it in a piping bag or even in a container. I'm just going to put it in a piping bag, very deep. So it's so small, but this is what I have, the tomato gel. So let me show you how I can use this. So before we start, I will check this first to see if it's soft enough to blend. So a little bit more, but it's, wait, let me stir it. Yeah, I will give it still like, I'm going to add my sugar first to it. I'm adding a bit of sugar to it. Then I'm going to add some water also. So now I can allow it to cook once again before we blend it. I'm going to clean. So let me show you what I made using tomatoes. So I have here tomatoes, look, a tomato pie. So you can see how beautiful it looks, this pie. So I'm going to bring a blender so that I can remove it. So I have here the blender. Have to be careful when you're using the blender. So it's to remove it, just to give it a little bit of warmness, so that I can unform it. So I'm a little bit afraid, but I have to do a little bit more. So it's to give it, you can also use your knife for this purpose. You can also use your knife.
Batata mexe.
Maybe.
All the batata.
Yeah. Yes. You can also use your knife. But I didn't want to know, but it's normally lost. I didn't want to use my knife. But you can also look, it's running through. You can use your knife. Normally, you should just warm it up a bit. It has already been melted. Melted it. So now I'm going to warm up. Now it will fall off. It should fall off. It will fall off now because it's warm. Certainly. We just need a little bit of time. To fall off. It's warm now from under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before.
Yes, he's there. Look at it. Wow. That is beautiful. So it's so delicious. So this is a tomato pie. It's made with the tomato juice. So from under, I laid some different types of cherry tomatoes under the tomatoes with a bit of olive oil, and then the juice of the tomatoes, I added some agar to it and gelatin to give it that form. So I'm just going to slice it in this shape. So you have here like the tomato pie. So you see, that is for a delicious appetizer. So you have to be careful to slice it. Yes. So I have here also another plate. So either you lay it, you serve it this way, or that the other way around. So I have also here so that is the tomato gel. So you see the gel. It's so delicious. So I have here is the other way around or this way up. So look at the pear. It's cooking in the syrup, and we are already getting there. It's beautiful. So look at this is the tomato gel I made the other way up. You can serve it with the tomatoes up or the gel up. So it's a presentation. It depends on what you want. If you like it, you can present it up or you can present it the other way down. So I made it using delicious tomatoes that was plucked from our garden. So I thought I can inspire you guys with this. Anyone can make that in the comfort of your own home. It's just peeling the tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, different types of cherry tomatoes, and then blend it. Then the juice of the cherry tomatoes, I added some vinegar to balance the acidity, and then I pour it into this mold. A little bit difficult. If you have a silicone mold, it will be easier because you can unfold it just shifting or opening the silicone mold. But with this mold, you need a little bit of warmness, so you have to put it to a warm water or so to remove the or mold the tomato cake. So this is like a cold cake that can be eaten this summer, and as appetizer, can also be served as appetizer. So look at that. So I hope you can see how beautiful it is, but it's also very easy to make. So look at that. So it's tomatoes, different types of cherry tomatoes, and the juice of the cherry tomatoes. I added a bit of binding agar. So I did 80% agar and 20% of gelatin to bind it together, and then fill in the mold under the tomatoes under and the gel above. So this is so delicious, and you can serve this as an appetizer for this season. So you can choose to serve it this way, or you can choose to serve it the other way. So any other way, I find it that it's really delicious. So you see it, I place it back to the mold. It will now be easy to unmold later. It will not be difficult anymore to unmold. So let me put aside my table. So I'm going to concentrate now on the sorbet. So let me close the rest of my cake or pie. I call it gel pie. So I also made here, look, this delicious, look at it. You see gel from the tomato. So it's so delicious. Honestly, so good. Already shown how to make that, so I'm not going over that today because I just wanted to show you the presentation of that. So I'm going to blend now. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for watching us. Thank you so much. It is so beautiful. Look. So I'm just going to drop everything in the blender. It is here, and move the blender. We don't need this anymore. So I'm going to put it aside. No problem. So easy as that. So we are going to pass it through the fine sieve of the strainer. This is to remove any impurity that will create the silkiest type of sorbet ever. So if you are going to put it or churn it this way in your ice machine, you will have all these rough, what do you call it, all these roughages in your mouth. So, and this you don't want in your sorbet. So you see this is very rough and grandy. So you want to prevent that. You want to have a silky and you know, very fine texture sorbet in your mouth, fine, you know, creating that fine dining type of sorbet that you see in the fine dining restaurant. So you have to do it this way to remove every impurity from the sorbet. And I find this strainer a very good strainer, and easy to use strainer, because it helps you also to keep your shoulder in a good position, and that you're not having any ache later when you are after walking. So I find it a very good strainer to use. So I'm going to remove everything here using my spatula. Help me the flat spatula to clean and remove everything from my blender. So you can see what you have here as leftover is very sandy and very rough. So if this is going into your sorbet, there's no way you can have that smooth texture that you are looking for. So this you will avoid at all costs, that you are not leaving it through the sieve to go into the sorbet. That is why using the smallest sieve is always important. So I'm going to remove the down part of it. Look, it's hanging there from under. So I'm going to remove it just by going around like this with my spatula. You can clean it safely without messing up the table. So now look at the smooth texture that we have. You can already see that the texture is very smooth. Look at that. You see, it's very smooth. And even I can still sieve it a bit. I'm still going to sieve it a bit using a very fine sieve. I'm going to be right back. So to be able to show you guys the finishing of this sorbet, I already made because this already is too thick, so I'm already made a little bit of sugar solution to add to the sorbet, so that I give it that silkiness and thinness, the actual you know, thickness it should have. So you have that thickness, that is how it should be. You see, that is how the thickness should be. So I'm just going to pass it through another strainer. So I am going to pass it through a strainer now, another strainer, so that it will be really fine. So it's going now into the ice machine directly now to be tuned. So I'm going to strain it. So this is the smoothest or the smallest strainer ever that you can have. So now you are making sure that certainly that you have a very silky type of sorbet. So you will see that you still have a little bit of grain here outside, not so much. Look at what you have. It's just everything. So oh, so I'm going to pass the rest. So now I have everything. So I added the cold, really the cold syrup there to it to reduce the temperature so that I can tune it to show you the end result. Otherwise, normally I always make it and allow it to cool down for about 6 hours or 4 hours before I tune it in the machine. But because of this preparation, I wanted to show you guys the end result of it. So that is why I made a little bit of the syrup. I place it in the refrigerator so that it chills down. It brings down entirely the temperature of the other sorbet, so that of the pear, so that you can. So I'm going to. So let me put the. So now it starts tuning. So it takes about 25 to 30 minutes before we can finish see the end result of this. But it's a very good machine. The cooling system takes effect immediately. You can feel it that it's beginning to be cooling immediately. So it takes a few, before about 10 minutes now, you will see that the ice or the sorbet has started forming ice. So in 25 minutes normally it should be ready. But sometimes if you are like, if I have tuned for the first time, the second tuning will be shorter. That means it will take at least maybe 15 minutes to tune the second time, and mostly normally it takes 12.5 minutes after the second tuning to tune the rest of the sorbet if I'm tuning several times to finish all the sorbet for the day. So enjoy, and I hope that I show you other things while the sorbet is tuning. So let me do a little bit of clean up, and then I can just show you something while we are waiting for the sorbet to be tuned. So I'll be right back. meanwhile, let me show you how to make a decoration, sugar decoration for a dessert. So I'm just going to add some sugar to the pan. So you don't really need to measure it, but if you if you can measure it if you want. It's like making a caramel, which is 150 how do you call it, grams. You can use 150 grams, and you add about 2 spoons of, wait, I will take a little bit out. Take 2 spoons of water, tablespoon of water. So you can measure it, but you are not, it is not compulsory. So it's not compulsory, it's not like any dessert. So if you add 1.5 spoon of water, like what you have here, you are just wanting that the water go everywhere, you see, and then you allow it to do its job. So you know what it is, caramel. You don't have it, temperature should not be too low, and the temperature should not be you have it really not too hot also that it don't start burning. So you have a very moderate to high temperature. So I'm just going to put it on 1600 watts. I will see, because on a stove, on a gas stove, it is different, but on an electric stove it is also different. But it should not be cooking on a cold temperature. No, caramel have to be a high temperature, not too high also, so that it don't still start burning before the caramel is done. So just show in between. We can also check here how the sorbet is doing. You see the coal is already cold, so I see it already beginning to turn white. You see that normally it is like yellow. The pear is yellow in color, but now at the end of the sorbet, you see this is just a pure sorbet from pear. There is no addictive in it, there is no eggs to bind it. That is why blending it with all the whole pear is very important, because when you are juicing it, you are losing the fiber in the pear. Then it will not have that binding that you need in a sorbet, that full yes, my pepper is flying away. So you need that fiber to really give it a body to your sorbet. So that is why I cook it, I blend it, and then you have that good body. Because sometimes people say, well, what should I add to the sorbet to give it a body, to make it fuller in the mouth? Because otherwise, if you are not blending it with the fiber by cooking it, making it the pear soft, cooking it and then blending it, you cannot have that body when you are juicing the sorbet. So I hope you understand that. That is why it's sometimes really difficult to make a very good sorbet without adding eggs or adding heavy cream to it. So this sorbet is 100%. There is no heavy cream and there is no eggs to it, and it's just plain. So look at, you see it start turning now caramel. So we have to be careful at this stage. So I have to bring my, I am trying here, I'm going to show a technique that we often use here for our decoration, like you saw there in the thumbnail. So this is a kind of a net solution. So it's a sugar, but we are going to create like a net using this sugar. So when I'm going to drop it, you have to be careful. Like now there is wind, a lot of wind outside. So it is better you do that inside where there is no wind, because caramel is very hot. Believe me, it's very hot. Be careful when you are doing anything using caramel. Don't do it outside, because like now I am used to doing this, but even though I'm used to it, it is still very dangerous. So you have to be very careful when you are doing this, please. So because, and it's not for anybody who doesn't know much about cooking, please stay away because it's very, very hot. It's a dangerous game because you can get really, really burnt. So this is, so it's a warning. So look at, it is so good and so delicious if you can make it and if you know how it works. So I have here my beautiful caramel that has been, the color is the right color that I need for this demonstration. So let me demonstrate it now right away. You have to do it immediately. So I'm going to pour it here on my mat so you see it. So I begin to move the mat slowly to create that net that I am speaking about. So it's a net. I want to create a net that I will be using for this decoration. So you have to keep flowing. Take the mat, you see, take the mat up, move it to the other position. So you just keep moving it. You know its caramel is getting colder, and the more that you move the mat, the more that the caramel starts brings that net. You see the net that you are looking for. You have to keep rolling it, keep moving it, keep moving it. You see, you keep moving it. You see what I'm speaking about is the wind. So it's a very bad day to do this design, but yes, I still succeeded in doing it. So this is what you are looking for. You have to keep moving it. So okay, now I can move it because my caramel is almost cold, so I can't have any problem again doing it. So that is what I am looking for, that net form. You see the design that I have created using it. So beautiful. You can do it, but you have to be careful. Look at how beautiful it is. It is like a net, a sugar with different holes. I saw a lot of chefs trying to make this design, but still it doesn't work. There are a lot of people who have sent me comments, thousands of chefs who have sent me comments to send the recipe to them. This is not about recipe, this is about technique. So when you get the technique, you get it once, but if you don't get the technique, you cannot get it. So it doesn't really matter how many recipe you have to get this technique right. So it's not so easy to create this design. You have to do it so fast because you see the caramel is already hardened. You cannot do anything with this pan anymore. It takes 30 seconds to be finished, that you cannot use it anymore after 30 seconds. So that is why it's very, very important that you know the technique when you are doing it and you are doing it very right. So see how beautiful it is. So we are going to use this design later. Look at it to create that beautiful, you see. So look at how gorgeous it is. So it's just like a net with different holes. So let's just keep it aside and then we'll allow it to cool down, and later I can show you what we can do with it. So meanwhile, let me check if my sorbet is cold. Okay, because I've been speaking, I'm not checking. So you can see it's beginning to cool down. Now it's as if it's not cooled down enough, but after some few minutes now, because the ice, the pear is still warm, but it will cool down the pear before it starts making the ice. So we just need a little bit of time to, you know, give it a little bit of time, because the end result will be wow. So let's just give it some time. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for watching. Here is my delicious, so I'm going to use another spoon because this spoon is not so beautiful, to show you how it looks like. So it's a gel with tomatoes in it. So you see, you can, like, you see, it's so delicious. It's refreshing. It's so refreshing, and you can taste immediately like these tomatoes, and the tomato gel itself is also very good. I can be able to serve this with anchovies or serve this with mackerel, fresh mackerel. I can be able to serve this with tonen. I can be able to serve this with herring, fresh fish, tartar, or salmon. Name them. It's so beautiful and it's so delicious. So it's not only beautiful, it's also delicious. So you have these thornberry tomatoes in it, you know, that gives that crunch. So it just melts in your mouth. It's so good. So you have also the tomatoes itself. You see? Yeah. It's so good. It's really good. It's really good. So, so you can create so much things using just tomatoes. So we have so much tomatoes to play with here. I'm just eating them myself up because I love them so much. No. I find that it's so good and it's so refreshing. It's so good, honestly. I cannot even leave anyone for you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so delicious. Yeah, it starts getting thicker. You can see it. Eh? So make sure to stay tuned because it is so beautiful. So look at the sugar work. You can see that how beautiful it is. So look at that. You see the holes? You can see the holes through it. That net. You are trying to create that beautiful net. You see it? The net is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So it's like caramel and oh, sorry, like the caramel. You see it? The light brown caramel. You can see it. But and even this sugar, you can make different types of variation. You can make different variation from this sugar. You can add raspberry taste to it, and you give it a red. And you can add strawberry taste to it. You can add even charcoal. You can add any favorite taste, but it cannot be wet. It will always be a dry. It must always be dry ingredient you are adding to it, not wet. So if you are adding anything wet to caramel, it has to include the liquid that you first added to the caramel. That means it has to be added like the water you added to the caramel and to the sugar. So it cannot be extra liquid, otherwise then you cannot have your caramel anymore, because you want it to be crispy and be able to create that holes, you see. So I hope you try it, but be careful because this is not for home any playing. It's not for joking. It is really a serious affair. So make sure that you know something about caramel before you use it. So and try when you are doing this that you're doing it in a closed door. There is no wind outside like here now. There is a lot of wind here where we are walking now, where we are filming now outside. So it's dangerous. So we are not going to do this to play with it if we don't know how to do it, because caramel is very warm and you can be burnt very severely playing with that. So I hope that point is clear. So let me show you how to clean this caramel. You see it's hard. It's so hard as in as an iron or a steel. You see, you cannot remove this, you cannot clean this pan anymore if you don't do something. So how can you clean this pan? You see that you have now done it. Look how hard it is here. You can't even remove the caramel and that is stick to the pan here. So look, I'm going to clean the caramel now. Let me show you how to clean it. So to clean a pan or to clean caramel from your pan, you have to allow it to heat up a bit. Yes, you can add water to it and allow it to start cooking immediately. But let me show you one of the simplest methods also to remove it. So I allow it first to start heating up again. So it start like caramelizing the sugar again from the bottom, as you see, as you now can see. So you see that the caramel start heating up again. Look, you see that you can even still make some sugar syrup from this. Okay, you see, I can even remove this sugar, take it a bit out again. I'm going to use it. So I'm going to just remove it like this. I can remove it if I want a few. Then I'm going to place it back to the stove. So because the sugar is hot now, I'm just going to add a splash. I'm going to add a splash of water. Look at what happened. You see what happened? So I'm going to add a little splash of water so I can clean my pan so easily. You see, then I'm going to add a bit of water to my pan so it will steam and the pan will be clean, and you will not have to scrub your pan with iron or to use any abrasive to remove any stains from the pan. So you just allow it to cook and it will remove it. So look at the ice, it starts coming to an ice. It will go faster now because the pear was warm. That is why it takes so long. But after this period now, it will go faster because you see it already, it starts beginning to be thicker. So let's clean the pan together, and then I will show you in between the pear is ready, and then I can show you the end result of the pear. It's dark here, and I hope that we can just see the end result before the full darkness comes. So you see, it already looks up. You don't need to do anything to clean up your pan. You see, your pan is already clean. Just move your spoon around like this. Make sure that the warm water go around everywhere, you see. And later I can just wash it off in my dishwasher, and everything will be clean up. So easy. So let me go inside once more, and I'll be right back. So you see, so make sure you stay until the end so that you can see the beautiful sorbet. It's so delicious. So look at that, it's tuning now, and it's going to be very delicious, honestly. So I'm going to show you the end result and you'll be really amazed. Look how beautiful the sugar work that look at how beautiful the sugar work is. Look at, I did this. I will use it for the decoration later to show you how to plate this delicious sorbet milk. So it's so easy to make, so easy to make, but make sure you are really careful when you are doing this sugar work because it's caramel and you can get burnt doing it. So make sure to be careful when you are doing it. So try to check the video later so that you can see the sugar work, how I did it, how I made the sugar work. Try to check the video later after the live. I'll be posting it so you can see the sugar work. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for staying tuned. So I already show here how to clean the sugar syrup. So it's already clean. So I'm just going to throw away the water now, and later I'll rinse up my pan. So I'm going to throw it away. So you see the pan is already clean. So later I'm just going to wash it off. You don't need to do anything to the pan anymore. So we are going to, yes, we have to wait for the sorbet to be ready because the sorbet is warm. So you see, when you are tuning sorbet, it has to be cold. So that is what I was trying to say. It starts forming, you see it start coming white. Now it will go faster than in the beginning, you see, because now the pear is cold. So, and now it start getting thicker. You see, it's thicker now. Pear. So you have to put it first in the refrigerator. So to cool down before you start tuning. I'll be right back. So I'm just moving in and out. Look at that, it's getting thicker. You see now that it's getting thicker, the ice. So in a few minutes time now, you will see that we have a delicious and silky sorbet. So we have just to keep waiting. I'm going to help. I'll be right back. So here, Chef Viviane back. Welcome. Thank you everyone for joining. Look at here. You can see that the sorbet is almost done. We are halfway through. Yes, that is the main reason why you should allow the pear to cool down entirely in the refrigerator, because it helps the tuning process to be shorter. So because I cooked the pear and then and then I added a little bit of sugar syrup to cool it down. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been even in this. Shouldn't have even been to this place now, because it takes longer to tune. So, but if it's cold, if it's really cold, it takes shorter to tune. That is to say, around 30 minutes, it's already tuned. You can see that it starts thickening up, but now it will go faster than in the beginning, because it was trying to cool down the pear before it start tuning. So now it's already cooled down and it start really the tuning process now. So in a few minutes, I think when I will be back, the tuning will be almost ready. Yes, I am back now as always. So let me show you the next process. Look at that. You see that it's really becoming a delicious and silky one. So I can't wait to see the end result, so as you guys. So just keep watching. Guys, look at that. It's coming to a very, very silky sorbet, like I promised. So, what do you think, guys? This is unbelievable, silky, and delicious. It's already wow. So, the end result is really, really amazing. So, this is something that, but you have to allow the syrup, the pear or the fruit you are using, because I don't know which fruit that you like the most, but I am using this pear here because I love pear. We received it from a family member of ours, and I find them so delicious to make sorbet. So I thought straight as I want to make a sorbet out of this pear. So that is why I want to inspire you guys with this, but you can also create the same sorbet using pear or apple or even strawberries or raspberries or pineapple. I think if you are doing oranges, it's a different method of making sorbet when using oranges. So I can also show another recipe using oranges, because it's a different type of method you should use while using oranges, because you don't want to blend the seed of the oranges with the oranges, which gives it entirely another taste. So if you want to use the oranges with the fiber, you have to peel à vif. That is, you have to remove the skin of the oranges entirely, and then use the knife in between the oranges to remove entirely the oranges and remove all the seeds of the oranges. There should be no seed in it, otherwise it will have a kind of bitter taste, and you don't want that in your oranges. So just keep waiting, because in a few minutes we will be seeing this amazing end result from this delicious sorbet. I bet you so. It will not take long anymore. I'm back. We're going to place my, so I can use it to skip out. This is tomatoes. They skip out the sorbet. So look at, it's so nice and so delicious. So I think 5 minutes more and we can take it out and we can transfer it into an airtight container. I just want to show you guys the end results so that you can see how delicious it is. But after tuning it in the machine, you have to allow it to rest for at least 4 hours in the freezer to harden it up a little, so you can scoop it out with your spoon or your ice spoon to serve it. So it's not so, and you see it's already ready. But if we are eating it this way, it's not like cold enough. That cold is smooth. It's already sorbet, but you want to give it that really silky, cold texture that you want in the sorbet. You want to allow it to cool a little bit more. So you place it in your freezer for a couple of hours. It can take between 3 to 4 hours, and you can place it longer if you want, even the next day to eat it. It will be just perfect. and you can scoop it out very easily using your spoon or using your server. So let me close it for a bit. So let me show you here.
Yeah, fix it.
So let's fix our electricity first before showing you what we are going to plate, because it's getting dark here, so you can only see now only our flowers and our garden. That is the only thing that we can see now. Everywhere is getting dark. We are already saying goodbye to the summer. Oh, we hated the winter, but here the winter comes again. So we want the summer to be back. So we are going to fix our electricity so that we can show you the end result. Look at that. You see it? Beautiful sorbet from Pear. I wanted to show you the end result, which is so delicious and so easy to make. So look at, what do you think? Oh yeah, here comes the light. So we have a very big light. The lightning, wow, so much. So the
It's okay.
cameraman is back. He
Uh,
already fixed the light. So,
Where is it?
so I'm going to add just a little bit here. I have here some meringue that I made. That is, and I added a little bit of raspberry to it. And we give it that beautiful color that you see there. It's so easy and so simple to make also. I will be showing that in another recipe. But today is not about that. I just want to show you the final scope of the sorbet that I make, and then I'm going to serve it with this beautiful, twill. You see this beautiful caramel twill that I created. So I'm going to serve it with that. So let me just stop the ice. So you see that is so beautiful and so creamy. So you see the sorbet, how smooth that it looks. Look how smooth it is. Look at that. You see, you still allow it to cool to in the in the freezer to harden up a bit. You know, to harden up a bit before you can serve it. Look at it. So you see, you can just, it is still too soft to be served like this. So, but it's already there. So let's just allow it to do its job a bit. So because we want to close up, because it's already dark and we can't see anymore here. The summer say goodbye. Before we could stream until 10 o'clock, but no more. We cannot stream for so long anymore because it's getting darker here and the summer is almost gone. So it's, yeah, the weather, we are flowing with the nature, but we are happy that we had a very good summer time, summer season. There was not a lot of rainfall, no, not a lot of cloudy weather. We have really sunny weather this year. So we are so grateful for the time being, and yeah, we are happy that a new season is coming. So it's not winter yet, but we are going gradually to a new season. So you see how beautiful it looks. Even now it's okay to transfer it into an airtight container, which I always do. I have here my airtight container that I transfer it into, then I place it in the freezer for at least 3 or 4 hours, and then you can have the perfect sorbet to serve at any sitting or for any diners. You don't have any problem serving it. Then it's hard enough to serve, and it's also silky, and it's really mouthful and delicious. I promise you, every guest will be amazed when you serve this to your diners. So you know our aim here is to teach you how to create delicious and easy recipes using simple ingredients you can find around you, and just in the comfort of your own home. Not any ado, not adding any conservative, just just using simple ingredient that is just delicious. So simple ingredient made delicious, that is a simple word that we can use to explain what we do here. So, and also in our little kitchen, it's our aim also to serve delicious meals that are all made from scratch. So as you see, our sorbet and everything we serve here are always made from scratch. So we don't serve anything that is bought from the shop. Yes, our ingredients are bought from the grocery shop, but always fresh ingredients, and which we transform into something delicious and special for our guests. So I hope this episode inspire you to create this delicious recipe in the comfort of your own home using just 2 ingredients, which is sugar and the ingredient you are using, maybe pear, apple, strawberry, raspberry, and pineapple. You just name them what ingredient you like to use. So you don't really need any expensive ingredient. Of course, you need a tuning machine if you want to make a very silky sorbet, because I hear people say, okay, I can make a sorbet just using water. So yes, you can make a sorbet, but it will not be silky enough to be so mouthful and really smooth in your mouth. You really need a tuning machine to make a real silky ice cream. So that is the fact. But you don't need you don't need eggs, and you don't need the binding substance or material to make ingredients to make a silky sorbet, like adding like eggs or heavy cream. This sorbet is made without eggs or heavy cream, so it is so fine in your mouth. So this is a kind of fine dining sorbet that is also very light. It is good when you are serving it between meals or even after meal. So that gives you that light feeling that after eating, that your stomach is not like heavy loaded with one heavy cream or something else. So that is why this is a very very good sorbet to serve for in between meals or after meal. So you can choose whatever. You can also choose to add a little bit of lemon to it, or even lime to it, to give it more refreshness if you want. So it depends. Or you can just choose to serve something that is a little bit refreshing, that has lemon in it, to be able to blend the combination of your dessert of in between meal. So I'm sure now I can be able to just show you how I'm going to plate it before I scoop it out. So it's not really really thick, it's not really really cold, but you can see how beautiful it is. Look at that. You see how silky? You see the silkiness. Can you see the silkiness of the sorbet? Look. Oh, it's such a pity. Such a pity. Look the silkiness of the sorbet. So let me just scoop it to my plate because I can't wait to show you. Look at that. Look how silky this look. So you don't need anything to make it more beautiful. I'm going to add this little swirling thing here called the sugar work I did to make this sorbet, give this sorbet a hero day. Look how beautiful it is. That is how simple it is to make this delicious and silky sorbet using just 2 ingredients, which is pear and sugar. So you don't need anything more. No binding, no eggs, no heavy cream, and nothing else. Just 2 ingredients, and it tastes so delicious, and there is nothing in the grocery shop that you can use to compare to the taste of this delicious goodness. So thank you everyone for watching us from our little kitchen, and our little city of Kuno in the province of West Flanders, from our little country of Belgium. Mwah. Love you guys. Thank you for joining us, and see you in the next episode here with Chef Viviane. Cheers, everyone. See you.